Mineral water definitely probably has a lot of iron, which I can smell. Wood sculpting art is definitely one of the things Lithuanians are proud about. I just love it. It's really simple, warm, natural. Hi dear travelers, EG here from My Baltic Way. Today, together with beautiful team just standing next to me, we are sending you warmest hello from Kulau. We are now surrounded by the pine forest, smelling this fresh air. And actually just 30 minutes away from the second large city, we get ourselves in the beautiful, very peaceful, calm and very cozy small village. Behind me you see buvette, that's Lithuanian. This is actually a French word from the word buvette, which is to drink. So, as in many other places in Lithuania, we are very proud of the stream water coming from underground, which is very often a good quality. Particularly in this place, this is even a mineral water. So we couldn't resist stopping here for 10 minutes just to get a refreshing water straight in our cups and then to keep on moving. So let's discover the taste of Kulautuva's water. Take a look here. I don't know about you, but me personally, I'm a big fan of fresh water. And the truth is that more water you drink, more tastes you start to discover. The water is not the same. So let's try this water. I would say that there is a lot of iron in it, and you can see that there is a kind of a brown stains here. So probably that's mineral water, definitely probably has a lot of iron, which I can smell. Now, whenever you travel in Lithuania, always have this refillable bottle with you. Okay. Another thing which I always do with the stream water, I try to put it a bit on my face, you know, it's good for the skin. Well, it's a bit cold today, so just a bit. On summer we can wash our face. And one more thing, what I love about this beautiful buvette, which is brand new, they say that the stream was actually made 2016, but the buvette itself only a year ago. And when you enter to this room with the stream water, I can really smell the tree, the wood. I can smell as it would be traditional northern region sauna, you know, the smell exactly the same like in a traditional sauna. I really love it. And for the off season, it's really warm here. So if you are chilled, if you are cold, get to Kulautuva to get some water, stay 10 minutes here just to get warm. And the final thing to add, isn't that great that apart from drinking water in the same place, you can get books? And not only books, but a very useful information for travelers. So let's say this would be kind of a very small information center for the tourist. So don't skip this place, really come and find what you need. And this is the very moment when we are about to say that we came to VILKIJA to switch the off-season on. And being here in the village with only 1.5 thousand of inhabitants, but by the way, based on the very beautiful area just on the river bank and at the same time on the very steep hill. And this is one of the reasons why we call this village the Switzerland of Lithuania. Another fun fact, that the name in Lithuanian, VILKIJA, means the place where the wolves are. So people living on the other side of the river, which is Nemunas, heard that there are wolves in this area. And they started to call this is the place of the wolves, the place where the wolves are, VILKIJA. The reason why we are here today is the human connection. And this is the time of the year when people, they get closer to each other. When the weather outside is chill, freezing, we want to spend closer to each other, we want to have more heart connection. So even though being here, it feels like there is not a spirit around, like we would be alone people here. But today I want to invite you to meet two locals that would be very artistic, devoted, and very kind people, Vida and Arūnas, who lives just around the corner. Behind my back, the Museum of Juškos, one of the most unique places of the Baltic states and definitely one of my favorite places. Let's have a look. Dear travelers, so this is the moment when I am happy to introduce you with Vida and Arūnas.
Hello.
Sveiki. It's really a pleasure that these people, they found time for us to share their time today. And also I wanted to tell that it's a very unique case when we have two people living in the museum. So in the end of the day, we don't know when we come here. Do we come to visit people or do we come to visit museum? There is no line separating. Now, I know that Vida, you have to go and prepare for Sodai. What is Sodai, we will find out soon. And in the meanwhile, I would like to invite Arūnas to talk about one of the wooden sculptures and about the sculpting art in Lithuania. Wood sculpting art is definitely one of the things Lithuanians and Baltic people are proud about. And one of the sculptures we have just here. And I'm very happy that we have a person who is in a way professional of it. And I would like to talk more about with Arūnas, how he started sculpting, why, and what does the sculpting art mean to him. Vienas iš dalykų, kuriuo jūs pasidalinot, buvo, kad jūs esat žmogus savamokslis, kuris pradėjo kurti skulptūras. Kaip nutiko jums asmeniškai, kad skulptūra atėjo jūsų gyvenime? Ką jums tai reiškia?
Na, tai labai ilgas kelias buvo. Bet, ko gero, pradžia tai tokia. Kai pažinau čia gyvenusį žmogų, tą garsų Antano Jušką, kuris skelbė liaudies dainas, mūsų kalbą ir panašiai. Taip, na, prabudonos galvoju, kaip būt gražus, tai nors kažkokį koplytstulpių. Esi pagerbtą žmogų. Buvo toks atvejis, kad aš susapnavau štai šį darbą. Ir aš pabudęs, nieko nelaukdamas, kol dar akyse stovi, aš nuėjau ir nupiešiau kažkaip, papaišiau tą eskizą. Ir aš kažkaip tai sudrasinęs pripasakoju apie Jušką, kad turiu kažkokią papiešęs, pinigų neturiu. Ir vienas nutarė padėti realizuoti tą mano viziją. Na ir jis pradėjo dirbti ten, formuoti visą tą skulptūrą, aš ten šiek tiek padėdavau kažkokiuose nereikšmingose detalėse, bet po to jis išvažiavo, tais laikais, kai nebuvo jokių ten susitikimo priemonių, jisai buvo grynai, tikras dievdirbys. Kur dirba, ten ir gyvena. A jo, nėr mėno, du, ką man daryti, aš randu tiesiog jo paliktą ryšulėlį kaltuvą. Sakau, ką man tai reikia, ir aš pradėjau dirbti. O jis, kai jau grįžo pavasariop, įėjo čia į kambarį, sako, nu va, sakei, nemokė.
Jūs sakote, kad savo skulptūras jūs randate melodiškumą. Kaip jūs tai įvardinate?
Aš ko gero būčiau po šio darbo daugiau nedrožęs, taip ir buvo kelis metus. Nieko nedrožiau, bet bekurdamas muziejų, tiesiog vieną dieną aš liaudies muzikos dainų nemėgau. Mano dievai Black Sabbath, Led Zeppelin buvo. Bet nori, nenori reikėjo pažinti, vardan ko žmogus paaukojo gyvenimą, tas Antanas Juška. Kai tik įjungiau, tai galvoju, viešpatie, kokia nuobodybė. Bet tam tikri įvykę keisti dalykai, kaip antai, kad aš labai greit užmigau, mane 10 metų po kariuomenės kankino košmarai. Ir mane ėmė traukti muziką kitą dieną. Aš pradėjau klausyti nuo ryto iki vakaro, autoreversų jungęs ir man prasidėjo, ąžuolas guli, jau malkom negaliu pjauti, aš matau tenai skulptūrą. Ir keiščiausia, kad aš jau detaliai ją matydavau. Ir drožčiau net praeidavo iškart noras. Viskas, aš ją išdrožiau savo širdį. Bet žmonės tai nori matyti. Toks jausmas būna, išdrožiu. Labai bokėliai, bet vis tiek aš žiūriu, negi čia mano rankos tai padarė. Netikiu aš, kas kad netikiu. O dar jeigu pavyksta gerai, buvo tokių atvejų. Apskritai nesuvokiu, kas čia vyksta, toks fenomenas.